thought I might try something different because most of the videos on my channel somehow just I rant like on Ruby over what stuff. So I thought, you know what, let's try reaction type shit. And just on a note, like 2019, I'm gonna be getting my own place. Right now, I live like in a shared accommodation. It's actually been really good for me because you meet lots of new people, and we got like long-term people living here. So it's like friend family type of aspect. But I am looking to get my own place later in the year. Get my own computer. I've got a job that's paying lots of money, so I get to do. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm just content staying here for a short time, and then who knows? Try to actually got some friends who are gonna show me how to edit software and everything. So hopefully, the aim is to actually not probably go pro YouTube. I don't see that as an option, but to give it a go because I'm fascinated by it. Still, this is the Captain Marvel Superbowl spot, which I think it only goes 30 seconds. And I'm just going to give my overall views on Captain Marvel as well going forward. Really curious, considering that the Super Bowl is like kind of like the last chance for Marvel to actually get us hyped. And Game of Thrones fucked that up. I already saw the Game of Thrones Budweiser shit. That was horrible. So let's see.
About to show these boys how you do it. You ready?
Hey, lesbian.
Higher, faster, baby.
Go the lesbians.
Higher. Further. Faster. Higher. Further. Faster. Try to keep up.
Okay, so they basically took some song lyrics. I don't know, like, where is that song from? Is that Daft Punk that did that? Further, stronger. I don't know where that song comes from. I've heard the lyrics to that song before. You know, faster, stronger, yeah, I think it's actually Daft Punk. I think I'm right there. So they've taken that and kind of made the catchphrase for the movie that she's... Do you want to know the overall problem with Captain Marvel? It's like... It's what's made me fearful going forward is... One, Thor's powers. Thor can fly through space. You probably didn't know that. We've seen it in Infinity War. He's gone to a friggin... He's taken the heat of a friggin' sun and right on him, and he can fly through friggin' space and fight in friggin' space and use light... I don't know how lightning works in space, but fuck. He can do that. But we all know Thor's gonna die. It's like all the original characters, anyone that survived the first Infinity War snap are basically gonna die. The problem is we're ending... Marvel's in a 10-year arc. That's what they're advertising. It's the 10-year arc coming to an end. That's what Infinity War is. Infinity War is the Marvel 10-year war thing coming to the end. And I'm scared that instead of having these developed characters end the arc on their own terms and go out like heroes battling this evil, Mary Sue Captain Marvel, who's insanely powerful. I mean, like, the photon blast I got no problem with. That's a fucking power. But it was leaked that this bitch can time travel as well. And you're just like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? She's basically the Infinity Gauntlet in a woman's body. And you're just like, why would you make someone that powerful? And my problem with that going forward is like, imagine this 10-year arc of Marvel's over, right? And we're looking at the next 10 years of Marvel, where they're going to have to develop new and younger characters, and the first character you introduce to us to represent this kind of next tier of 10 years of Marvel is the most overpowered character. It's like, going forward for the next 10 years, how do you write this bitch into the story when she's that powerful? If she loses a battle, she goes back in fucking time, she beats them. It's like if she beats the ultimate evil, It's like, what was the point of the last 10 years of Marvel? And the problem, like, I know this has to be explained either in this Captain Marvel movie, or it has to be explained in the next Infinity War Endgame movie, is that we see Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, hit the beeper. And the thing going through my head is, where is Captain Marvel at the time that he clicks the beeper? Because if you think about it, if she's on Earth, she's been watching everyone suffer for fucking 10 years. So it's like, if she's on Earth, she's a bad person because she never helped out over the last 10 years of all the countless movies that came out. If she's not on Earth, just what the fuck is that beeper? Like, where is she? Like, that's an obvious question I have, is like, where is this bitch? Because you're introducing this OP character, and this is supposed to be set in, like, what is it, the 60s, 70s, or 80s? It's set in the past. So it's set in the past, she's OP as shit, can practically do anything, and she hasn't shown up in any other Marvel movie in the last 10 years building up to this. But now she's gonna show up to save the friggin' day, and you're wondering, like, just because he's, like, imagine she's on the Kree homeworld. How the fuck does a beeper on Earth get to the Kree fucking homeworld? Isn't the Kree homeworld in another galaxy? Oh, I'm really scared going forward. Like, I think Captain Marvel is going to be the movie that me and my mates, we go see just for the fact that it's part of the Marvel universe. And it's like when we saw Ant-Man and Wasp, we all agreed that Ant-Man #1 was better, and Ant-Man 2, you didn't really have to watch the movie, you just had to watch the end credit scene to learn that they went into the time-space bullshit and everyone died. That's the only thing you really needed to take away from Ant-Man and Wasp. And that's what I'm scared is gonna happen in this Captain Marvel movie. Is we go watch the movie, it has great graphics. The fucking CGI is brilliant. We're gonna find out that the Kree are assholes. And that's actually from Guardians of the Galaxy, because who do they want to sell Yondu to as a slave? The Kree. And that's the people who made this bitch. So, yeah, they're not perfect. That's not a spoiler warning. If you use your brain, you actually pick up on stuff like this from the movies. And one last thing I will kind of say that I'm really... because I don't know what the fuck they're doing with this thing, is if you go to Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and credit scene, we learn that whatever those golden idiots in space are, that's how they chose to introduce Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock was a huge hype. When she says at the end, I'm creating the perfect being, and we shall name him Adam, every comic fan was like, fuck, we're getting Adam Warlock, this shit is about to get serious. And then Disney pulled the plug, because basically feminism. And it's like, Adam Warlock isn't actually, like, he's strong and powerful, but he's not OP. He's like in a war, he's like the strategist. He has a lot of power, but he's not OP. Thanos can probably beat him in a one-on-one fight, easy. But his intelligence is through the friggin' roof. And I don't think they wanted to show a story to the viewers like in the comics, because in the comics, Adam Warlock uses everyone on Earth, uses all the heroes like pawns. He sees a giant chessboard and he's like, move these heroes there, they're the sacrificial lambs, they're guaranteed to die. While Thanos is distracted there, they attack from the side, draws his attention, and we hit him from the behind. Like, he uses people's lives as if they don't matter, and I don't think Disney wanted to portray that in case they upset people because of this PG era, so they went with an OP bitch who can do everything for no reason. So it comes down to me. I'm just curious if they handle the writing perfectly to describe where she is, why she's there, why she's this insanely powerful, and hopefully they don't wreck the other characters that we've been watching for 10 years going forward. And if you actually think I'm against feminism, it's not. One of the ways I would have liked to see this story go is Scarlet Witch, who is in Marvel. She's in Infinity War. And you actually see that they hint that she's powerful in Infinity War, but they don't use her. And in the comics, Scarlet Witch is insanely powerful. Her powers are... they're chaos. They're described as chaos magic. Unpredictable chaos magic. And the things she can create a whole new reality just to suit her own wishes. She's that powerful. And she goes mental because of her power. She goes crazy. And, yeah. But we can't argue. We got to settle for her. And it's just like... it's like the way Disney's ruined Star Wars. I'm hoping they don't do that with Marvel. I'm really hoping they don't do that. Let me know what you think below.